CRTC Channel 97 with us tonight. Trojans come in 5-4 on the year, and Gatlinburg-Pittman is 4-6 under head coach Jamal Hickman. They are the Highlanders. Their colors are blue and gold, and they have defeated Knoxville Concord Christian 43-17, lost to Knoxville Webb 64-33, lost to McMinn Central 71-65, defeated Seymour 70-62, and Coke County 68-59. They lost to Morristown Hamlin East 69-62, and defeated Morristown Hamlin West 63-56, lost to Carter 69-66, and Northview Academy 70-67. And of course, last night here in the Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament, they lost to Livingston Academy 68-64 after having a 22-point lead in that game. We're going to come back, take a look at the starting lineups of tonight's game. It's the Trojans and Gatlinburg-Pittman here in Gatlinburg, Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Good morning. No, that's 220. Good morning. No, that's 2 extra. Good.
Sorry, everyone. Please excuse Aaron while he prepares to tell the latest BCHS news live on the air.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello? Hello, Baron.
Yes, you heard right. You can hear the latest news and announcements and up-to-date music live on the air 24/7 on 88.7 FM Trojan Radio or online at baronschools.com.
Hello, Barron County. You can hear the latest going on here at BCHS on 88.7 FM every morning at 7:15 and every afternoon at 3 p.m.
Thanks, Aaron, but I think I had that one covered.
Did you know that Barron County sports teams only receive $250 in yearly funding? So how is each team able to function and stay updated with modern equipment and uniforms? Through the help of the Barron County Athletic Booster Club. The BCHS Athletic Booster Club is the #1 way to help contribute to the student athletes that give Barron County athletics the upbeat reputation it holds. You can help contribute to the student athletes of BCHS today by contacting the boosters on Facebook at facebook.com/BCHS Booster. Let the student athletes of tomorrow shine by donating to the BCHS Athletic Booster Club today. Did you know that Barron County sports teams only receive $250 in yearly funding? So how is each team able to function and stay updated with modern equipment and uniforms? Through the help of the Barron County Athletic Booster Club. The BCHS Athletic Booster Club is the #1 way to help contribute to the student athletes that give Barron County athletics the upbeat reputation it holds. You can help contribute to the student athletes of BCHS today by contacting the boosters on Facebook at facebook.com/BCHS Booster. Let the student athletes of tomorrow shine by donating to the BCHS Athletic Booster Club today.
You're watching BCHS Live on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. BCHS Live is a student-led live online video production program started in 2015 by 4 BCHS freshmen. The BCHS Live program is here to showcase everything going on at BCHS, from athletics to special events and opportunities to ceremonies and celebrations. The BCHS Live program is here to show everyone in our community what BCHS is all about, and with 3 major online outputs of our broadcasts, we truly live up to our motto: everything BCHS, anywhere you want it. You're watching.
Hey, man. Thanks. All right.
watching BCHS Live on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. BCHS Live is a student-led live online video production program started in 2015 by 4 BCHS freshmen. The BCHS Live program is here to showcase everything going on at BCHS, from athletics to special events and opportunities to ceremonies and celebrations. The BCHS Live program is here to show everyone in our community what BCHS is all about, and with 3 major online outputs of our broadcasts, we truly live up to our motto: everything BCHS, anywhere you want it.
The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barron County in style. Connecting with old friends and remembering the days of being back in high school can be an amazing experience, and that's what the Barron County Alumni Association is all about. With the annual recognition of the Barron County Hall of Honor program, monthly reminders, and a yearly magazine, the Barron County Alumni Association
78, a senior. Barron County Trojans, 10th-year head coach Warren Cunningham. His assistant coaches are Matt Gardner, Lee Johnson, Jared Browning, and Will McCoy. Parker Stevens at 5'11", 150, a senior, averaging 9.4 points a game. Garrett Arterburn, 6'2", 155, and a senior, averaging about 8. Jared Coomer, 6'7", 185, senior, 17.5 points, 10 rebounds. Will Bandy, 6'5", 205, a sophomore, averages 10. And Landon Key at 5'11", 155, and a junior, averaging 1.5 points a game. He came back last night after being out for a week with a concussion. Scored 3 threes in the game for 9 points, and it was Coomer last night that led the Trojans in scoring with 17. And we've got to get a lot of scoring tonight against these Highlanders, as they've got a big guy. We just mentioned Joe Bates is 6'4", 270.
Yeah, he's a broad-shouldered kid, big strong kid, and I'm sure we're going to have to keep him off the boards inside, and going to have to play with a little more intensity than we did the second half last
absolutely.
night.
Trojans in gray with burgundy numbers outlined in gold. Letters Barron across the front of their jerseys. Highlanders in white with yellow and blue trim. Highlanders across the front of their jerseys in blue. Trojans moving right to left here in the first half. Gatlinburg will be coming left to right in this first half of play. As we get set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Brownlee Memorial Opening Tip-Off, the officials out of Tennessee, of course, brought to you by Barron County Sheriff Kent Keene. Starting lineups are brought to you by South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. It's Jared Coomer in the jump circle with Blaze Hurst for Gatlinburg, and a tap control by the Trojans. Let's see if we can get something going here early. With Parker Stevens handling the point. He is guarded man-to-man out there by Garza. Right side it goes to Bandy. He's guarded by Bates. Kicks it cross-court over to Arterburn. Spinning, trying to go up with a floater. It is no good. Rebound by Bandy and had it knocked out of his hands and out of bounds by Bates. So it'll stay with the Trojans underneath their basket.
Good aggressive rebound there. It's nice to see early on. I don't think we got any of those last night, so good start here.
And Parker Stevens, left side of the basket, will inbound. He's looking, still looking, gets it into Coomer. A little turnaround 8-footer, way off the mark. Bates has got the rebound, gives it off now to Hickman. Long pass down the floor to Garza, almost lost the handle. They're giving it back out to Garza. He'll pump up a 3 that's short. Long rebound comes off to Parker Stevens. Stevens will bring it in front court for the Trojans. Trying to attack. He'll pull up at the free throw line. Gives it off to Bandy at the right elbow. Out to Coomer. Wanted to shoot that 3. Gives it back up to Stevens. Stevens back over to Coomer. They go down low to Bandy. Bandy working against Bates. Trying to spin. Goes back to Arterburn. Top of the key. Floats it over the right corner to Stevens. Now Stevens will give it to Bandy. Bandy turns. He looks. He's going to fire up a 3-point shot. It's no good. Rebound by Coomer. Puts it up and in. Towered over the defender. Stuck it back in the hoop.
Just went up and got that one. Big, strong rebound. Went over the top of the kid. No, over the back. And just grabbed it and laid it back in.
And it's 2-0. Barron County takes the first lead of the basketball game against Gatlinburg-Pittman. Jump shot, 15-footers in and out. And we're going to get a whistle. Foul on Garza for coming over the back of Barron County's Will Bandy. First foul of the ball game. Trojans will have it. Now Hickman's going to pick up some pressure in the back court on Stevens. Ball comes in to Arterburn. Arterburn on the right side of the floor. He'll give it over to Stevens now, and he'll work now against Jalen Hickman. Brings it across. Now sends it off right side to Arterburn. He's covered up. Trying to get a screen there from Bandy. He's going to drive the other way. Goes the basket strong. Missed it badly. Ball's tipped out. Hickman racing with it for Gatlinburg. Bounce pass underneath the Bates. He lost it out of bounds.
Got a break there.
Yep.
Lay up there if he catches it and lays it in, but it all slipped right out of his hands.
So the Trojans with the basketball. Stevens going to work it up against Hickman. And he'll get it across the line here on the left side of the floor. He'll send it off in there to Bandy. Left of the key. Turns, works, spins against Bates. Throws it over to Coomer. Coomer right side of the horn. Now gives to Stevens, and he traveled. This first quarter is brought to you by Citizens First Bank. Come grow with us. We'll take a look at some other games involving area teams tonight. Other Christmas holiday classics. We'll do that at halftime. 6:05 to go here in the first. Barron County with a 2-0 lead over Gatlinburg. Here's a pass picked off by Bandy. Coomer might have got a fingertip on it, but Bandy goes to the basket, lays it up and missed it. Rebound taken off by Hurst. They're racing down the floor. Sends it off to Garza underneath to Bates. He dropped it, had to smack it back in bounds, and then Garza saved it in bounds. Ball's loose again. Bandy throws it down to Coomer. He'll lay it up and in. Wow. Helter-skelter.
I don't see how he wasn't out of bounds over there on the other side, but it worked in our favor for the layup.
Wow. 4-0 Barron.
About every kid on the floor touched it, and nobody could grab a hold of it.
Yeah. 5:22 to go in the first quarter. As the ball comes out to Hurst. Hurst takes Hardeman one-on-one. Now backs off, gives it over to Hickman. Hickman's going to jump it up, 15-footer, good. Jalen Hickman gives Gatlinburg their first 2 points of the ball game. It's 4-2. Coomer wanted to hand it off to Key, but kept the dribble going in the left corner, and I think Landon was looking for it. Here's Bandy on the left wing. Back out to Arterburn. Out front now to Stevens. Now Stevens will set it up against Jamal Hickman. He'll go right side with it over to Coomer. Right side of the Key. Hands it off to Key. He'll fire up a three. It is no good off the back iron. Coomer, the offensive board, lays it up and into the left hand. Jared with all 6 points for the Trojans here early, 6-2 with 4:38 to play here in the first.
Two of them's been on offensive rebounds and put back, so Jared's being very aggressive early on here.
Here's a three from the right corner that's no good. Hits the top of the backboard 2 or 3 times, and they're finally going to call it with the signal going to the Trojans at 4:27 to go in the first. First substitution of the ball game for Gatlinburg is number 33. That's Micah Spear, 6'2", 170, a sophomore. He's going to come in for 6'4", 270 senior Joe Bates.
Well, the big kid got up and down the floor good. He had 2 opportunities for layups if he catches the ball, so he was beating our guys back down the floor. So
Stevens works against Hickman, gets it across the line. Bounce pass, high post, rights Coomer. Coomer turns, now looks, puts down the dribble, goes to the right side corner, hands it off to Stevens in the corner. And now Parker jumps it back to Coomer, fakes, moves in, 15-foot jumper is off the mark. Rebound taken by Garza for Gatlinburg. Here comes Hickman trying to split the defenders on a bounce pass. It's stolen away by Bandy. Trying to force it to the right side of the floor in an angle pass. Hardeman with it on the left side. He'll give it now to Stevens. 3:48 to play, first quarter. Trojans 6, Gatlinburg 2. Pass down to Bandy, down low, spinning, and lost the handle going up. He had it swiped away from him. Here's Hickman. He'll pull up with the left elbow. Jumper won't go. Coomer up high for the rebound. Fell to the floor. Wanted a foul there. Didn't get it. But got rid of the basketball off to Landon Key. They're reaching in and nothing. Here's Hardeman with a three. Write it down. That's a People's Bank three for Garrett Arterburn.
Well, there's a lot of contact going on both ways.
Yeah.
Nothing's being called, so maybe they're making up for the time from the first game.
I know.
Get this and over with.
Yeah, the same 3 officials that refereed that Paintsville, Gate City, Virginia girls game. So we got a Coca-Cola timeout. Open a Coke and enjoy the game. 3:23 to go here in the first. Here in Gatlinburg, it's 9-2 Trojans. And the winner of this game will play Knoxville Halls tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. And the loser of this game will play New Way Christian of Texas at 11:30 in the morning Eastern Time, 10:30 Central. Well, the Trojans out to a good lead here at 9-2. Let's hope they can keep this going. Gatlinburg's basketball as Coach Jamal Hickman called a timeout for his Highlanders. Hickman will give it off on the right side to Taylor. Back out front now. They give it to a new player, Carson Lane, who's in the game for Gatlinburg. Here's Hickman wanting to drive against Stevens. Up and under move. Passes underneath. Shot put up, no good. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Gatlinburg. Coomer trying to go for the rebound. And the Trojans, Coach Warren Cunningham sending in Brandon Reed, Gavin Withrow, and Tyler Smith into the lineup. Stevens and Key, along with Bandy, will check out with 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter, and Barron with a 9-2 lead. Now Gavin Withrow will handle the basketball against Hickman. Right side over to Reed. He wants to drive. He's cut off. Has to bring it back out. Throws it to Coomer. Back out to Reed, and now Arterburn back over the Withrow on the left side. Gets a screen from Smith. Now looking. Floats it back over the right side wing to Arterburn. Ball was deflected, but Reed there to catch it. Reed will hand it back off front to Withrow, and he's guarded out there by Lane for Gatlinburg. Coomer, man-to-man pressure here by Gatlinburg. Withrow with the basketball, right side over to Arterburn. Arterburn wants to drive. Free throw in the corner goes to Reed, left-hand side. Trying to go down to Smith. Smith working inside the paint. Lost the handle, trying to go up with it. No. Try to get his own rebound. Ball's tipped out. Gatlinburg comes up with it. We're going to get a foul on Tyler Smith.
Well, those kind of shots you like to see him finish right there at the basket. A little bit of pressure on him, but one that he's got to put in there. Like to see him put in.
Right. 2:12 to go here in the first. Barron County 9, Gatlinburg 2. Hickman gets it across the midcourt line against Brandon Reed. Wants to drive one-on-one. Pulls up, right elbow, jumper, no good. Battle for the rebound. Smith had his hands on it, lost it. Gatlinburg's got it back. Here's Hickman. He traveled, but he moves into the paint. Shovel pass underneath. Shot put up and in by Lane. Carson Lane, a 6-foot junior, giving Gatlinburg their second field goal of the quarter. It is 9-4. Coomer wants to drive. Now gives it off to Reed on the right side. Reed looking back to Coomer. Coomer turns in the lane, dumps it off to Smith. Smith has to get out of the lane, throws it back out to Reed. Reed now out front to Withrow, and he'll set it up once again against Hickman. Right side he goes over to Arterburn. Arterburn going down low to Smith. He puts it up, shot it over the rim. And loose ball picked up by Coomer. Back out to Arterburn for a three-pointer. No good. Rebound taken off by Gatlinburg. Here comes Hickman racing to the basket, and he's going to be fouled. Shot will not count. Foul called out front here, and it will be on 33, Garrett Arterburn. His first, team second. Tyler Bush checking into the Trojan lineup. 6', 170 sophomore for Garrett Arterburn. 9-4 with 1:14 to go here in the quarter. Hickman will toss it in. It comes out in the corner now to a new player in the ball game, which we'll pick up here in just a second. I don't think I have a number 40 on the roster. We'll have to find out who 40 is for Gatlinburg. Here's Hickman, left corner, wants to drive against Reed, goes under, trying to shovel it up. Is blocked in there by Coomer. Lost the handle. Withrow's got it for the Trojans. Long pass down the floor to Bush. He holds up now. Now reverses back right. Bush inside. Smith has it batted away. Got it back though. Throws it over to Reed. He'll throw up the three-pointer. It's no good. Long rebound taken off by Gatlinburg. Racing down the floor of the left side. Aaron Johnson, 5'11" junior, going to fire it out of the corner for three, and it's good. That is Aaron Taylor knocking it down from the deep right corner, and it's 9-7 now. Trojans with a 2-point lead as Gatlinburg's gone on a 5-0 run here with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Coomer with the basketball, wants to drive, kicks it off to Smith, left side. Tyler Smith now looking, throws it back behind him to Coomer in the left corner. 20 seconds to go in the first. He's going to drive to the basket. Left it!
Strong move to the basket there. Got by, one-handed, kind of back over his head dunk. Nice play. Nice, strong play.
Jared Coomer with 8 of Barron County's 11 and 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hickman fakes, moves in, 15-foot jumper, rims good. And that will do it for the first quarter. After one here in Gatlinburg, it's Barron County 11, Gatlinburg Pittman 9. We'll come back with the second quarter here from the Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Specializes in connecting past classmates while informing the Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barron County in style.
Heading into the second year from an approximate 12-year hiatus, the Trojan Times has an all-new look and an all-new approach to bringing you BCHS happenings. We are an entirely student-based publication working more than ever this year to inform you with BCHS happenings. I'm Brennan Crane, Editor-in-Chief, and I can say that we are thrilled to showcase BCHS in a whole new way. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at BC Trojan Times. You won't want to miss this. Go BC!
with a 2-point lead, had a 9-2 lead at one time. Gatlinburg with a basketball. The Highlanders as Lane giving it out to Hickman. Hickman, top of the key, wants to drive. Kicks it off in the right corner. Three-pointer in the air, no good. Rebound, Tyler Bush. He'll give it off to Gavin Withrow. Withrow now to Coomer. Coomer wants to drive with it right down the lane. He goes over the left hand, lays it in.
This may be as aggressive as I've seen Jared play all year long. Boy, he's really going strong to the basket. Nice to see.
Yeah, he's got 10 of Barron County's 13. Garrett Arterman hit a 3. Hickman lost the handle, but he may have been traveling there and no whistle. Got Joe Bates back in the ball game, 6'4", 270. Hickman with it out front against Stevens. He'll go left side with it over the lane. Down low it goes to Bates. Bates works under, puts it up, no good. Patted up in the air, knocked out of bounds. Going to be Barron County's basketball. Will Bandy battling in there with Big Joe Bates. Trojans 13, Gatlinburg 9. We played almost a minute of the second quarter. Brought to you by A.F. Crow and Son Funeral Home. Reminding everyone, please don't text and drive. Withrow getting pressure out front. Gets with the basketball over to Bush. He dropped it and then got away with another dribble there. So coming out with it is Stevens. Stevens on the dribble against Hickman's. Picked it up now. Needs some help. Bush comes out to get the pass. Bush now wants to drive the basket. Flips it back over to Gavin Withrow. 3 in the air. No good. Wrong rebound tapped out and chased down by Bates for Gatlinburg. Getting some good shots. They're just not going down. And we're going to get a traveling violation on Aaron Johns as Garza will check back in the Gatlinburg lineup along with Aaron Taylor. Taylor hit the three-pointer a little bit ago for Gatlinburg. 6:34 to go here in the first half. Trojans 13, Gatlinburg 9 as Parker Stevens will bring it up. Got Tay Pointer in the ball game now for Coach Warren Cunningham, 5'10", 148th grader. Here's Bandy off to Coomer. Coomer wants to work, can't, giving it back out to Bandy. He'll fire up a 3. Yes! Will Bandy from long range.
Good pass from Jared. He drew a lot of the defense looking at him, and Will was standing out there just wide open.
16-9. They walked and no call. Here's a shot going up way off the mark. Rebound by Coomer. Coomer brings it down for the Trojans. Here's Jared. Bounce pass down to Bandy. Hook shot over Bates. No good. Rebound taken by Garza for Gatlinburg. He'll give it off to Hickman. Hickman brings it in front court to the left side. Hickman wants to make a move. Goes to the basket. Flips it up and in. Wow. Nobody could cut him off. 6 points for Hickman. 16-11 Trojans. 5:37 to play here in the first half. Gavin Withrow with the basketball crosses the midcourt line. Got Garza guarding him. At the high post right side is Bandy. Turns toward the basket. Goes inside. Gets fouled. And it's either on Garza or Bates. And I believe it's going to be on Garza. That's 2 on him. And 2 on the Highlanders here in the first half. At the line, Will Bandy, 75% free throw shooter on the year for the Trojans. Going to see Brett Hall checking the ball game here in just a moment. First free throw, good. Had some rim, but it went down. Bandy is 4th point. Brett Hall, 6'2", 180 sophomore, in for Coach Warren Cunningham for Gavin Withrow. 17-11 Trojans. And Bandy back of the line. Second shot is in and out. Rebound taken in there by Gatlinburg's Micah Spear. Here comes Hickman with the basketball. Giving it off now to another new player in the ball game. It's Boston Smith. And a pass down inside. Fall away shot is up. It's no good. Coomer with the board for the Trojans. Here comes Jared. Down the middle of the floor. Going to be fouled. A reach in. And it'll be on Hurst. His first. That'll be the Highlanders' 3rd team foul of the half.
I'm not sure. Have we committed a foul yet?
2. Yeah, 1 on Arterman and 1 on Smith.
That's right.
Stevens sends it out to Coomer. And now Jarrett goes left side with it over to Brett Hall. Brett Hall leaves in the corner with Bandy. Wants to go baseline. Goes strong to the basket. Reverses it up and in.
Good move. Good strong move to the baseline. Used the rim, a protector, and laid it in. Good move.
And Will with all 6 of his points here in this second quarter. Has 6 of Barron's 8. And Coomer had 8 of the 11 in the first quarter.
Need a little help now for those 2.
That's right. It's 19-11. Hickman, long 3, no good. Coomer, another rebound for the Trojans. He'll bring it down the floor. Wants to drive. He'll stop. He'll give it off to Pointer. Pointer now had it knocked loose, and it's going to be stolen now by Boston Lane. Here comes Hickman with it in the front court. Sends it off the left side to Taylor. Taylor goes to the basket, but kicks it off in the right corner. 3 in the air. Good. That was Hurst knocking down the tray. So both teams with 2 3-pointers in the game. Trojans have a 5-point lead, 19-14, 4:06 to go in the first half. Coomer with a basketball for the Trojans. Right side with a pointer. Lobs it back to Coomer. In the corner, Bandy pulls the trigger. It is no good. It's off high, and the rebound is pulled down by Hurst for Gatlinburg. Here comes Hickman with it on the left side. Wanting to pull up, now takes it down to the lane. Gives it off in the corner, kicks it back out to the right wing for a 3. It's way short, taken by Bandy. Bandy brings it in front court for the Trojans. Wants to work. Spins. Up and under move. Shot in the lane. No good. Trickles off the rim. Hickman with a rebound for Gatlinburg. Racing down the floor. Weaving through traffic. Bounces up and it's broken up in there to Stevens. Gets with the basketball to Coomer. Here comes Jared on the run. Jared going to take it to the hoop. He gets fouled.
Good move. Good move.
And it'll be on Hurst, and that's his second. So they have 2 starters with 2 fouls. That is the team's 4th of the half. And so it'll be a non-shooting foul. So we'll check it out. Tyler Smith, Garrett Arterburn, Landon Key, Gavin Withrow returning to the Trojan lineup with 3:24 to go.
Not sure how that wasn't a shooting foul.
I thought it was, but apparently not. Coomer, the only starter on the floor, well, with Landon Key and Garrett Arterburn back in, but Coomer's not been out of the ballgame. Here's Gavin Withrow with the basketball, bringing it out front. He's going to be guarded out there by Faulkner. That's Trey Faulkner in the game. Here's Tyler Smith. Jumps it over to Withrow on the right wing. Withrow wants to drive. He's cut off. Back out to Coomer. And now here comes Jared. Drives around his defender. Throws it up. The shot is no good. And a loose ball on the floor. Still loose. Picked up by Gatlinburg. They've got a couple of new players in the ball game. Javon Grinstead going up baseline. Bounce pass. Broken up in there. Stolen by Withrow. Got it off to Arterburn. Sends it down to Key. He'll lay it up. It's no good. Follow up no good for Arterburn.
Boy, we've missed how many shots at the basket?
I know. 2:40 to go in the first half. Barron 19, Gatlinburg 14. Left side is Grinstead. Pulls the trigger for 3. It's an air ball. Ball's long. Chasing it down was Withrow. It went out of bounds, and it will go back to Gatlinburg. Nice hustle, though, by Gavin. 2:32 left in the half. Trojans with a 5-point lead as Parker Stevens will return to the Trojan lineup for Gavin Withrow. So now we got Key, Stevens, Smith, Arterburn, and Coomer on the court for Barron County right now with 2:32 left to go in the second.
Well, we very easily could have a 12 to 15-point lead if we just make our shots at the basket. We've got to start finishing those plays. I know they're trying. I'm not being critical of them. But
pass inside, and here's a shot falling away, no good. Rebound taken by Garrett Arterburn. Long pass down to Coomer. Pass off to Stevens. Layup, got it.
Good pass. Parker ran the floor and got rewarded with a layup. Good pass.
And Gatlinburg wants a timeout with 2:08 to go in the first half. Trojans with a 7-point lead. That ties their largest lead of the ball game. It was 9-2 at one time in the first quarter. And it's 21-14 Trojans as we take a Coca-Cola timeout. Again, the winner of this game will face Knoxville Halls tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. We'll be back here in the auxiliary gym if we win. And then the other consolation game, New Way Christian, that lost to Knoxville Halls, plays in that consolation game in the morning at 11:30. So let's hope it's the 2:30 game tomorrow. Yeah. We need a win here in the tournament.
Right, we do. Looks like our length around the basket's really bothering them. They're getting the ball in close to the goal, but we're going up with them and not fouling, and they're having trouble finishing, almost just shooting it straight up at the basket. So it looks like Jared and Will inside, that not used to maybe somebody that long and that athletic jumping with them. So we're not giving them anything easy. They've earned every basket. And we got 14 points, so you can't say much about our defense. It's been really, really good. If we'd have just finished a few shots, we'd have a comfortable lead here.
Yeah. Coach Cunningham kind of rotating some players, give them a little break, not get them wore down here in the first half.
Doing a good job of keeping everybody fresh, except Jared.
Yeah, Jared's the only one who stayed on the floor.
He's got to play for us. He does have to play.
Now we're showing a little trap here as Hickman gives it off. Cross-court pass comes to the left side. Back out to Hickman. Hickman getting chased. Double team. Back to the left. He walked. No call. Bad pass. It's going to be taken by Parker Stevens. Minute 50 to go. First half. Stevens looking. Turns it behind him to Arterburn. Back out to Stevens. Now to Arterburn in the left corner. Back to Stevens. He moves into the lane. Bounce pass. Broken up in there and stolen. Try to force it down low. Here comes Hickman. He'll go to the bucket. He'll lay it up. It is no good. Rebound Tyler Smith. Here comes Landon Key with it down the right side. Pulls up, throws it up. It's short. Try to get his own rebound. Goes to the corner. Hickman's got it for Gatlinburg. Hickman. Jump pass right side. A wide open three in the air is short. Long rebound comes out. Coomer's got it. 2-on-1 break. He'll send it off to Stevens. Lays it up and in.
Good. Again. Played the fast break perfect.
23-14 Barron County. We come down to a minute to play in the first half. Cross-court pass, Hickman. He'll set it down. A three in the air again is no good. Offensive rebound by Gatlinburg. Shot missed by Smith. That's 2 threes he's missed. Here's a reverse layup up and in. And that was Faulkner getting the bucket there. 23-16, 45.8 to go. The clock stopped for some reason. And Stevens will bring it up.
Maybe they play NBA rules last 2 minutes of the quarter and score the clock stops.
In the corner, Landon Key sends it down to Smith. He turns inside back out to Stevens, and now Landon Key for the three. No good. Almost knocked away by Arterburn underneath the basket off that rebound. Here comes Hickman. Long pass down the floor. They lose it out of bounds. With 22.46 to play.
22.
You've ever seen hundredths of a second on a scoreboard before.
22.46. Looks like to me that Gallatin's getting a little winded. I mean, their hands on their hips. Maybe the fast pace here will benefit us.
Yeah, let's hope so.
We're playing a lot more guys than they are, it seems like.
And we'll probably go for one shot here. They're going to set up a 1-2-2, maybe a half-court trap. And here's Stevens with it. He'll give it to Arterburn. They don't come to trap as Arterburn sends it back over to Stevens, right side. Back to Arterburn, back to Stevens. Stevens now back over in the corner. Oh, a bad pass, but it was deflected, I think. Yes. With 3.61. 3.61 play here in the first half. Still got time to get a shot off here. And it's Stevens giving it to Coomer. Coomer turns. He's going to have to hurry, get the shot. Loses a handle. It had it slapped out of his hands. That's going to end the first half, but Barron County has a 7-point lead here at the break. It's a low-scoring game, though. Trojans 23 and Gatlinburg-Pittman 16. We'll come back with the Zaxby's halftime report after this break as you're following the Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament from Gatlinburg here on 103.7 Nash Icon.
The Burgundy Media Network, or BMN for short, is a network of Barron County High School's 3 major media outlets: 88.7 FM, Trojan Radio, BCHS Live, and the Trojan Times school newspaper. As a whole, we are determined to provide you with BCHS news, sports, and interest like never before. Check out our weekly newscast broadcasted every Friday from within Barron County High School, or check out our website at barronschools.com/BMN. From all of us to you, we thank you for your support of all things BCHS. The Burgundy Media Network, or BMN for short, is a network of Barron County High School's 3 major media outlets: 88.7 FM, Trojan Radio, BCHS Live, and the Trojan Times school newspaper. As a whole, we are determined to provide you with BCHS news, sports, and interest like never before. Check out our weekly newscast broadcasted every Friday from within Barron County High School, or check out our website at barronschools.com/BMN. From all of us to you, we thank you for your support of all things BCHS.
You're watching.
Played 11 players, and they started with Stevens, Arterburn, Coomer, Bandy, and Key. We had Smith that came off the bench. Brandon Reed came off the bench. Gavin Withrow, Tyler Bush, Tay Pointer, and Brett Hall all saw action in the first half. Trojans had 10 field goals. 2 of those were 3-point shots. 1 of 2 from the foul line. Quick first half as the Trojans committed 2. The Highlanders of Gatlinburg committed 4 fouls in that first half. They did not go to the free throw line. They had 7 field goals and hit 2 3-point 3-pointers in the game. Scoring for Gatlinburg in the first half, Jalen Hickman has 6 off 3 field goals. A 3-pointer for Blaze Hurst. Also, Aaron Taylor knocked down a 3 for Gatlinburg. Carson Lane 2, and Trey Faulkner had 2 points in the game for the Highlanders. For the Trojans in the first half, Jarrett Coomer with 10. He scored 8 of those 10 in the first quarter. 6 points for Will Bandy, knocked down a 3-pointer, a two-point shot, and he was 1 of 2 from the foul line. 4 points for Parker Stevens and a couple of layups, and Garrett Arterman knocked down a 3-point shot in the game. That's all the scoring in the first half. And what we got shooting-wise there, Chad?
Well, from the 2-point line, Barron County was 8 for 20. From the 3-point line, 2 for 9, and as Jay said earlier, from the free throw line, 1 for 2. And I could count probably no telling how many of the 8 for 20s were right at the basket. You know, I wouldn't say wide open, but ones we've got to finish. And the threes were good threes. You know, you can't complain about their shot selection. They were open and just could not get them to fall. So, you know, that's something that we've really got to improve on, because I'm sure Pittman's going to come out this half just like the team did yesterday and really get after us, and they don't want to go 0-2 here in their own tournament. So we're going to have to be ready and focused and be ready to buckle down and play 16 more strong minutes here.
And the thing about Gatlinburg, they were up by 22 at one time against Livingston, and Livingston came back and beat them yesterday.
Maybe that took a little wind out of their sails for the night.
Could have. Let's hope so. This is the Zaxby's Halftime Report, proud sponsor of Barron County High School basketball. Come by Zaxby's on Happy Valley Road before or after the game. We'll take a look at the other games going on that include area teams around some of the tournaments and Christmas classics going on throughout the state of Kentucky. When we come back, it's brought to you by South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Again, the score here at the break, it is Barron County 23, Gatlinburg 16. We'll return after this break. You're following the Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament from Gatlinburg on 103.7 Nash Icon.
BCHS Live on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. BCHS Live is a student-led live online video production program started in 2015 by 4 BCHS freshmen. The BCHS Live program is here to showcase everything going on at BCHS, from athletics to special events and opportunities to ceremonies and celebrations. The BCHS Live program is here to show everyone in our community what BCHS is all about, and with 3 major online outputs of our broadcasts, we truly live up to our motto, everything BCHS, anywhere you want it.
The Burgundy Media Network, or BMN for short, is a network of Barron County High School's 3 major media outlets: 88.7 FM, Trojan Radio, BCHS Live, and the Trojan Times school newspaper. As a whole, we are determined to provide you with BCHS news, sports, and interest like never before. Check out our weekly newscast broadcasted every Friday from within Barron County High School, or check out our website at barronschools.com/BMN. From all of us to you, we thank you for your support of all things BCHS. Did you know that Barron County sports teams only receive $250 in yearly funding? So how is each team able to function and stay updated with modern equipment and uniforms? Through the help of the Barron County Athletic Booster Club. The BCHS Athletic Booster Club is the #1 way to help contribute to the student athletes that give Barron County athletics the upbeat reputation it holds. You can help contribute to the student athletes of BCHS today by contacting the boosters on Facebook at facebook.com/BCHS Booster. Let the student athletes of tomorrow shine by donating to the BCHS Athletic Booster Club today.
Heading into the second year from an approximate 12-year hiatus, the Trojan Times has an all-new look and an all-new approach to bringing you BCHS happenings. We are an entirely student-based publication working more than ever this year to inform you with BCHS happenings. I'm Brennan Crane, Editor-in-Chief, and I can say that we are thrilled to showcase BCHS in a whole new way. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at BC Trojan Times. You won't want to miss this. Go BC!
Trojan Thread School Spirit Store is the #1 place to find any and all things BCHS, with a wide selection of clothes including hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and polos, to everyday items including pens, pencils, notebooks, and stickers, to jewelry including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and wristbands. So stop by the Trojan Thread Store any weekday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or during any home varsity basketball game. The Trojan Thread School Spirit Store, keeping Barron County in style.
Town Holiday Classic. Edmonson County girls in the Bullet East Invitational. Franklin Simpson girls at Ohio County. On the boys' side, Russellville boys at Hancock County Invitational. Russell County boys are at the McCreary Central Invitational. Glasgow boys took on Cumberland County in the Butler County Invitational. We may have to get a few scores on some of these that may have been played earlier today. Todd Central boys against Louisville Western at the Webster County Invitational. Hart County boys taking on Grayson County at the Breckenridge County Invitational. Monroe County boys taking on Bullet East at the Owensboro Invitational. Warren Central boys at the Oldham County Invitational. Allen County Scottsville boys at the Maryville, Tennessee Heritage Invitational. Twin Lakes Holiday Classic, South Warren against Clinton County and Caverna against Union County. We'll take a look at the Coca-Cola scoreboard from some other games involving teams from around our area that played here in the Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament. Campbellsville boys lost to Louisville, Kentucky Country Day, 52-41. So they will play for third place in the red bracket against Pigeon Forge. And Hart County girls also were in the tournament as well, another area team. And they lost to North Greene of Tennessee, 61-44 yesterday. And today they lost to Whitwell, Tennessee. So they'll play Boyd Buchanan in a seventh place game in the consolation bracket of the girls' red tournament. Again, we mentioned that there's 32 boys teams and 32 girls teams from different states participating here in this 20th annual Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament here in Gatlinburg. So that's the only other two area teams from South Central Kentucky and playing in this Christmas tournament here in Gatlinburg. Of course, we'll be back here tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be here in this gymnasium against Knoxville Hall as we see their coach over there doing a little scouting chat. So hopefully it'll be Knoxville Halls that we'll play tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd like to see us get the win. We watched them play last night before our game. Very, very aggressive team and shot the ball pretty well. One kid got hot, and but they'll get after us if we look fortunate enough to move on.
Whereas after tomorrow, the Trojans and Trojanettes will be off until next Friday when we take on Glasgow at Glasgow High School for a big district game. That'll be a week from tonight, as we'll get a week off here after, well, almost a week after tomorrow's game is concluded. So hopefully the Trojans can hang on here. We were up by
7
this margin last night.
I was hoping you would bring that
well,
up.
Let's hope. But we're in a different gym tonight.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll be different.
A little more energy, it seems like, tonight than maybe even we had last night, even in the first half. We got up down the floor and got some easy baskets.
Gatlinburg's not got out on the floor again yet here. And 20 seconds to go before we get this third quarter underway. Sponsored by A.F. Crow and Son Funeral Home, reminding everyone, please don't text and drive. Coach Hickman has kept his guys in the locker room the whole
Maybe they're going to forfeit.
half.
Maybe we'll get this one win and don't have to play the second half.
Yeah, well,
I guess I was wrong.
Well, here they come. Just before the buzzer. Well, Will Bandy, Parker Stevens, Landon Key, Jared Coomer, Garrett Arterman starting the second half for the Trojans. And it's going to be Hickman, Bates, Garza, along with Hurst and Taylor for Gatlinburg. Trojans will have the basketball to start the second half. It's third quarter, moving to the right side as we see it here on the broadcast table. And Parker Stevens will set things up. A little different look on defense here for Gatlinburg. Almost a 1-2-2 or 3-2 zone, however you want to look at it. Landon Key giving it back to Stevens. Over goes to Coomer. Back to Stevens. Stevens, we're going to lob it to Coomer. Grabs it with both hands. An alley-oop.
Don't see that
That's
very
a
many
highlight
times
right
in high
there for
school.
sure. Jumper right side corner, no good. And a rebound taken by Arterman. He throws it up in the air, but it's caught by Hickman. And Hickman's going to take it against Key. Lays it up, no. Tapped up in the air. Loose ball on the floor. And going to the corner. It's taken in there by Arterman. Arterman racing it down the floor. Not going to pass. He got tripped. And I don't think it's called double dribble. How's that a double dribble when he got tripped?
Said he tripped over himself is what the referee told
Tripped over himself. I didn't see that. I sure didn't. Must have had a better angle on it than Warren Cunningham did because he was right there right on top of it. All right, anyway, it's a 9-point Barron County lead, 25-16. That was a walk, no call. They're taking it to the basket and a shot 12-footer short. Got his own rebound. Pump fake up in the air, banked it in. There's Aaron Taylor. They don't have a PA announcer, so sometimes it's hard to tell who scores sometimes when you can't see the number at the right angle. 25-18 the score. Trojans by 7. 6:47 to play in the third. Landon Key's got it on the left side. He'll send it down to the corner to Arterburn. Now back out to Key. Goes right side with it to Parker Stevens. Looking for Arterburn in the corner. He can't shoot. Bounce pass in there to Coomer. Coomer now turns toward the basket. In the corner, wants to go baseline. He's cut off by Bates. And a foul on Bates. And that's just his first. That'll be Gatlinburg's first of the second half. 25-18, Trojans over Gatlinburg. Pittman with 6:30 to play here in the third. Landon Key will toss it in. Arterburn wide open the corner. He's going to let it fly. It's no good. Will Bandy the offensive board. Had it smacked out of his hands. And taken by Taylor. Here comes Hickman with it. Hickman on the left side. Back out around the perimeter. Here's a long three in the air. Way short. Ball comes in the hands of Bandy. Bandy looks and gives rid of it to Jared Coomer. Long bounce pass, kind of slipped out of his hands.
Yeah.
Luckily, Stevens was there to get it, where it would have been a turnover.
You could tell he wanted that one back when he threw it. He was like, oh, no.
Landon Key back to Stevens. Stevens looking, diagonal pass. He could have thrown a diagonal pass to Arterburn. He's open. Now they go to Bandy. Turnaround jump shot. Good! 8 points for Will Bandy. 27-18.
Got it middle of the zone. He basically had a wide open 15-footer.
Here's Taylor with it out to Bates, left side of the key against Bandy. Fires it down low. Now looking, put up the shot. No good. Getting on his rebound, back up and in. That is Hurst getting the 2-point bucket, his second one of the game. 27-20 Barron. Parker Stevens with the basketball against the zone. In the corner, Coomer's going to pull it for three. It is short. And rebound knocked loose. Stevens had it. But it's going to be taken. Oh, here comes Hickman. Hickman's going to take it. He curls back out, though, as Jared Coomer got down there on defense. Takes it across the lane, trying to shovel it off. It comes back to Hickman to the right wing. Out top, a long three in the air. Good. And that is Hurst knocking down his second tray of the game. Coach Warren Cunningham with a timeout as Gatlinburg has got it to 4 at 27-23. We take a Coca-Cola timeout. This will be a 30-second one with 5:01 to go in the third. Barron County 27, Gatlinburg Pittman 23. We've been outscored 7-4 in this quarter.
Yeah, we've let them get two offensive rebounds for baskets in this quarter. And, take those 4 away. We got an 8-point lead, but just kind of stood and watched after the shot went up a couple times. So
can't do what we did last night.
No, kind of reminiscent of it. Maybe we'll got a quick timeout. Maybe this will get them focused back.
Gavin Withrow, Brandon Reed checking into the Trojan lineup as Key and I believe Arterburn checked out. Now they're going to drop back.
Yeah,
like they're going to press us.
They couldn't figure out whose ball it was. They thought it was their ball, but.
Gavin Withrow now. And now they've changed their defense. They've gone a little more pressure on the ball. Here's Stevens out of the corner for three. No good. And the ball out of bounds. It's going off of Garza. Coomer was trying to keep himself from going over the back of Garza for the rebound. So the Trojans keep it with 4:47 to play here in the third. So we can get a bucket here, push this lead back out a little more. Withrow out to Stevens, dumps it into Coomer. Coomer, free throw line, turns, back over to Withrow. Down low is Bandy. Bandy against Joe Bates, back out to Withrow. Withrow will go over the left side now to Stevens. Stevens getting pressure out there. Wants to drive, can't, has to curl it back out front. Now reverses back left. He'll drive, he'll scoop up the shot. It's no good. Coomer with an offensive rebound, stuck it back in. 14 for Jared Coomer. Towered over everybody for that
He's going after the ball strong on the offensive boards tonight.
Back up to 6 at 29-23. Here's a pass coming out front to Carson Lane, who's checked back in against Brandon Reed. He'll go right side with it. Back out to Hickman. Hickman wants to make a move. He's going to put up 18-foot jumper. Good. Right off the dribble, and that's his fourth basket. 8 points, 29-25. Stevens was open, didn't take the shot. Right side corner, drives the baseline, throws it off in the corner. Reed's going to fire for three. Yes! Big shot, Brandon Reed for the People's Bank three.
Back to that 7-point lead.
At 32-25.
So we're going 2-3 zone now.
Yeah. Here's Hickman giving it off left side to Garza. Garza throws it cross court. Now back out to Hickman. Fakes a pass on the dribble. Now he's picked it up. Goes to Garza. Left to the lane. In the corner. Bates fires. It is no good. Coomer with a rebound for the Trojans. Coomer into the front court, right side. He's going to drive it. Goes right down and dumps it off to Bandy. Turns. Follow-away shot. No. Coomer puts it back in.
Well, he's dominating this game.
He's got 16.
You can say, dominating.
And timeout by Jamal Hickman and the Highlanders of Gatlinburg-Pittman. Is this a full or 30? I didn't
30,
see the
I think
signal.
30.
30 seconds. 3:08 to go, and a 9-point lead now for Barron County at 34-25.
Good timeout by Coach Cunningham a minute ago. We come out with a lot more energy and getting, good shots and still missing the good ones, but Jared's doing a good job of cleaning up and putting it back in. So 4 for 6 on the 2-point baskets this half and 1 for 4 from the 3-point basket. So we're shooting the ball a little bit better from the 2-point range.
Jared Coomer with 16 points. Will Bandy has 8.
That's 24 of the 34. So.
Brandon Reed knocked down the 3-point shot out of that left corner. Largest lead of the ball game for the Trojans at 34-25. The ball comes into Hickman. He'll give it right side over to Taylor. Double team. Now they whip it across and back out to Hickman. Hickman pulls up 15-footer left side. Good. 10 points for Hickman. And now pressure in the backcourt. Coomer's got it for the Trojans. He got pushed from behind. Going to take it down the middle. Gives it off to Reed. Lays it up and in.
Well, Jared's doing a good job of dribbling right so somebody picks him up, then finding the open man. That's twice he's done that.
36-27. Taylor with the basketball for Gatlinburg-Pittman. He'll give it off on the left side now to Garza. That's Johns who's back in the game. Johns left wing. He lost the handle, digging it out. That was Withrow. Giving it up court to Stevens. Stevens drives against Hickman, puts it up. Good.
All right. Turn defense into offense there. Parker with a strong finish.
It started with Gavin Withrow, 38-27. Pulling out to an 11-point lead now for the Trojans. 2:12 to go in the third quarter. Morris with the basketball. It's Braden Morris who just checked in. They lob it back out to Hickman, straight away between the circles. Left side. Here's a wide open 3. Left wing. No good. Coomer with another rebound. They're hanging on to him. And he's going to bring it up for the Trojans.
Looks like.
Uh-oh.
Might get a timeout here if I was Coach Cunningham, let him kind of shake it off. We're going to play on, though.
Kind of tweaked it a little bit. Crossover move. He's going to take it down the lane. Puts it up. It's no good. Whistle, blocking foul.
Don't believe it. I think he shook it off pretty fast. Yeah. Well, I love to see him playing like this. This is what we need from him, be the aggressor. There's not too many people that's going to be able to guard him when he's this aggressive.
Right.
Great to see.
Who was a foul on? I didn't catch that.
I'm not sure.
Coomer's at the line. I was watching him go down to make sure he was going to be okay because he tweaked that ankle a little bit. Free throw's good for Jared Coomer.
A good color man would tell you who it was, wouldn't
it? It might have been Spear that committed the foul. His first team second. He comes out, and they've got number 40, who never did get a name on him for some reason. Coomer fires and hits. And he may come out for a minute, check that ankle out. Tyler Smith.
I bet you dinner they don't stay out very long.
Probably not. Probably not. It's first break he's had all night.
Yes, it is. Great to see the kid playing well.
I think he's okay, though.
Yeah, he's okay.
2-3 zone by the Trojans. Minute 36 to go. Barron up by 13. They and Gavin Withrow tried to dig it out of there, couldn't do so. And here is Hickman, 15-footer off the dribble. Good.
Well, he's got that pull-up down.
12 points for Hickman, 40-29. There's going to be a foul in the backcourt as they foul Gavin Withrow. And the foul will be on Johns, his first, team's third. Minute 18 to go in the third. Barron 40, Gatlinburg 29. Parker Stevens working against Hickman, gets it across. Behind the back dribble. Hickman stays with him. Stevens goes left side, reverses back right. Backcourt pass comes to Reed, lays it up. Go!
Great pass, great cut, and finished it at the basket.
7 points for Brandon Reed coming off the bench. Garrett Arterman would come back in the next whistle here for the Trojans as they work it around the perimeter. Hickman, a long-distance three. That's no good. And a rebound put back up. It's no good. Going to get a foul on the Trojans. Sending, I'll let you go down and check who 40 is so we can mention his name. Okay. 21, the foul on Brandon Reed, his first, team's first of the second half. And we'll try to find out who 40 is. He was not on our original roster here that was sent by Coach Hickman, so just maybe a number change or something. So the free throw is good. And that's his first point of the game. Garrett Arterman back in the game for the Trojans along with Jared Coomer. He seems fine. Second free throw in the air, and it spins and goes down. That is Kevin Burkett. Burkett getting the 2 points for Gatlinburg. And some pressure in the backcourt. Coomer's got the basketball, lobs it over to Withrow, racing across the timeline. He'll bounce it off right side over to Arterman. Arterman now feeds it to Withrow. Shot goes up. It's no good. And rebound taken by Burkett. 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here comes Hickman with it for Gatlinburg. 42-31, 11-point lead. Here's a cross-court pass coming to Taylor on the left side. Ball skips through the hands of Burkett and out of bounds. 22 seconds to go here in the third. Parker Stevens back on the court for Coach Warren Cunningham. Gavin Withrow will check out. Will Bandy, after getting a little breather, will come back in as well. And he will replace Tyler Smith. Barron's basketball, full court pressure applied by Gatlinburg. Reed, maybe a run out here, and it's going to come up short. Hickman picks it off. Hickman races it down in the lane. Bounce pass underneath. Almost lost it out of bounds. Bandy's got it. Gives it off to Stevens. Stevens works it in front court. 11 seconds to go. Stevens works it around the left side. Hands it off to Coomer. Coomer can't shoot. Going to have to do something with it. Forces up the shot and draws a foul. With 3.18. Foul is on 22. That is Johns, his second, team's fourth. And Jared Coomer will go to the free throw line. 18 points for Jared here on the night. And the shot goes up, and it's good. 3 for 3 for Jared Coomer, 77% free throw shooter. 43-31. Coomer hits. Gives him an even 20 on the night. 44-31, 2 seconds, one. Mid-court shot. Almost went in. But that ends the third quarter, and a good third quarter by Barron County, especially the latter part of it.
Yes, sir.
44-31. Trojans lead over Gatlinburg. Pittman will come back with a fourth and final quarter after this break as you're following the Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament from Gatlinburg on 103.7 Nash Icon.
Connecting with old. Good morning. No, that's 220. Good morning. No, that's 2 extra. Good.
Sorry, everyone. Please excuse Aaron while he prepares to tell the latest BCHS news live on the air.
Hello, Baron.
Yes, you heard right. You can hear the latest news and announcements and up-to-date music live on the air 24/7 on 88.7 FM Trojan Radio or online at baronschools.com.
Hello, Barron County. You can hear the latest going on here at BCHS on 88.7 FM every morning at 7:15 and every afternoon at 3 p.m.
Thanks, Aaron, but I think I had that one covered.
Good morning.
Every little bit counts, and on Tuesdays, every boneless wing counts as 2. Buffalo Wild Wings. Tuesdays will supplies last. Tax and gratuity extra. Additional restrictions apply. See participating location for details.
Back here with the fourth and final quarter. Jay Turner with Chad Withrow, 44-31. The Trojans by 13. Here's Hickman with the basketball, wants to drive. He's cut off. They go down low into Garza, and he puts it up and in. Jared Coomer just scored his 1,000th point of his career on those free throws just a little while ago. 44-33, Bandy across in the corner. Reed wants to drive. He's cut off. Gives it out to Bandy. He'll fire up an 18-footer. That's good! Just inside the three-point line. Will Bandy with his 10th point. Back up to 13 for the Trojans. 46-33. Down lows Burkett on the baseline. He looks, still looking. Loses it out of hand as Arterman poked it out of his hands, out of bounds.
Jay, we're by my stats, which are very much unofficial, we're 9 for 11 from the 2-point line from 2-point range this half.
Wow.
So we talked about a halftime making shots, and they really have this half.
Yeah. Here's Hickman with the basketball. Whirls around to the top. Wants to drive against Coomer. Lost the handle, but got it inside to Bates, and he drops it in. First 2 points for Joe Bates. 46-35. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. As Jared Coomer will handle it, trying to work it against Taylor. Gets it across the midcourt stripe. Now Coomer lost the handle, and now Key down to the floor calls it. Well, Key was going to call a timeout, and they were calling for travel. That's a quick whistle.
I don't know. Most of the time when you dive on the floor like that, they don't call you for walking. Not saying he didn't, but most of the time they don't call you for that.
No. Maybe they do in Tennessee. I don't know. Here's a pass down low to Bates. He works inside, puts it up, traveling violation. Maybe has a makeup. I don't know. I didn't look like he traveled.
We'll take it.
We'll take it anyway. 46-35, Barron. They're going to pick up with full court pressure once again as Arterburn will get the ball in play to Stevens. Stevens now working against Hickman to the backcourt. He'll throw a left-handed pass off to Arterburn. Arterburn will angle off right. In the corner, Bandy wide open three. Short. Taken by Bates for Gatlinburg. 6.5 to go. Barron up by 11. Here's a no-look pass underneath to Taylor, and he lays it in.
Well, we were
Hickman.
Slow getting back. Good pass there for the.
Now Bandy.
He's got attack here.
Going to try to work it. Spins. Shoots over Bates. Falling away. No. Air ball. Here comes Hickman with it for the Highlanders. He's going to drive. He's cut off. He double dribbled, and the ball lost out of bounds as Arterburn tried to save it. And we're going to get Tyler Smith back in the game for Barron. He'll replace Will Bandy.
Good move. I mean, good idea by Will by attacking, but he's got to go right at the guy. The guy's slower than he is. He should have went right to him.
They lob it out. Here comes Hickman driving against Stevens. Spin move in the lane. Whistle. Oh, foul. Got a little hack right there.
Need to stay. Got this last 6 minutes out. 9-point lead with 6 to go. Need to stay focused.
Hickman will toss it in. Comes out to Bates. Bates to the right side. Back to Hickman in long range right. Going to fire up a three. It is short in the air. And loose ball. And Coomer's got it for the Trojans. Coomer, crossover move. Got bumped. Throws up the shot. No good. And the ball's loose. Goes out of bounds. Trojans get it back, luckily. Man,
they called a little tag foul down there on Parker a minute ago, and he gets just grabbed almost to nothing. Guess that's why we hadn't had very many fouls called.
I guess so. Stevens lobs it, and Coomer lays it in. What an easy one.
We'll take that.
Flashed to the basket.
Back to 11.
22 for Jared Coomer. Here's Hickman driving, laying it up. It is no good. And the ball tipped away out of bounds. Barron will get it with 5:35 to play. And coming back in for the Highlanders is number 3. That's Aaron Taylor. He'll replace Carson Lane. Man-to-man pressure all over the floor by Gatlinburg as Stevens will bring it up. Trying to get around Coomer off that screen. Races into the front court. Racing it all the way down. Poked away from behind by Hickman and out of bounds.
Had a layup there if he caught him right at the last minute. Like to see us keep attacking. We've done a good job of attacking and getting easy baskets. Let's 5:26 to go. Let's keep the pressure on them.
Stevens gets it into Smith. One dribble. Throws it up. Go! Back up to 13. Here's a pass. Lost to the floor. He walked, and then it's loose again. Picked up by Garza. Throws it up. Got it, and a foul. 50-39. The foul is going to be on, who did they put it on? Landon Key?
I think so.
His first. That'll be 3 on the Trojans here in the second half. Gavin Withrow, Brandon Reed, Will Bandy returning to the Trojan lineup. 5:13 to go. It's 11 for the Trojans at 50-39. And Garza at the line. A chance to make a 3-point play. They've outscored us 8-6 here in this fourth quarter so far. Garza left-handed shot is good. So he gets the 3-point play. They pick up all over the floor again. 10-point lead for the Trojans at 50-40. Ball comes into Withrow. And he'll give it off to Stevens. Stevens works it up the left side of the floor against Garza. Stevens still on the dribble. Bounce pass off to Reed. He turns toward the basket looking for Bandy. Bandy now will throw it over now to Stevens on the right wing. Dumps it down to Coomer. Coomer will dump it back. Going underneath is Reed, and he missed the shot, but he got hacked.
Good pass. Good cut. Good pass. Good look by Jared.
And the foul on Hurst, his third, team's fifth of the second half. Brandon Reed at the line for the Trojans. 83% shooter. Hasn't been there much this year, but he's hit most of them. That one's in and out. I guess I jinxed him. 7 points in the third quarter for Brandon Reed. He knocked down a three-point shot. Garza's going to check out for Gallenberg. Pittman, and in for him is Aaron Johns. 4:52 to play. Trojans had a 13-point lead. It's 10. Reed puts it in the air and hits it. Back up to 11. 51-40. Hickman will bring it up against Stevens. Hickman on the dribble. He'll give it off left side over to Taylor. Taylor goes down to the corner now to Johns, and a pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Highlanders on the left baseline as Hickman will toss it in.
Brandon Reed's brought a lot of good energy here in this half. Deflecting balls.
And trying to work it up the baseline, trying to muscle it in. Here's a shot going up and in. That is Hurst. That's down to 9. 51-42. Coomer weaving through traffic. Got to get a foul here. And it's on 22. That's Aaron Johns, his third, team sixth. Trojans ball with 4:27 to play. Had a 13-point lead, and it's 9 right now at 51-42. Withrow will toss it in. Bounces it into Bandy. Hands it back to Withrow. Withrow driving. Going to the bucket with the left hand. No good. Try to draw the foul there. Aaron Taylor with a rebound for Gatlinburg. Up court it goes to Hickman. He'll send it down the corner. 3 in the air is good. That was Aaron Johns knocking it down, and all of a sudden the lead is cut in half. It's 51-45. Withrow calls a timeout. 4:04 still to play, and Barron had a 13-point lead, and it's down to 6 at 51-45. Been outscored 14-7 here in this quarter. So we got to get some offense going here.
Yeah, back down to 6. They've hit some big shots, hit a 3 there that
Garza had a 3-point play, and they've had 5 different players to score in this fourth quarter. Coca-Cola timeout, and again, the Trojans trying to get to the Consolation Championship tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central against Knoxville Halls that defeated New Way Christian Texas earlier today, 81-71.
Need to hold on to this one. We know we played well. We really fought, a lot more intensity, a lot more fight in them. And I mean, not really fight, but just battling hard. I mean, I hate to see this one get away the last 4 minutes.
Jared Coomer scored 10 points in the third quarter. He's only scored 2 in this one. Got 22 for the ball game. Brandon Reed has scored 8. Will Bandy has 10. And we got Key, Coomer, Bandy, Hardeman, and Stevens on the court. Now here comes Stevens. Got around his defender. Boy, he's really hacking him too. Hardeman with a three-pointer. Good!
Big shot.
That was about 23 feet out.
Wow, that's a big basket.
And here's Hickman driving, laying it up and in.
I thought we were effective in the zone. We've gone away from it and let them get to the basket a few times here.
54-47. Stevens races across the timeline. He'll send it off in the right corner. Bandy goes baseline, going strong, lays it up. Good!
Block. Call the block, and the basket will count.
You know, you've seen that go both ways before.
Yeah.
Fortunately for the Trojans, that was a blocking foul, and Bandy gets the 2-point bucket and heads to the line for 1. And I couldn't tell who the foul was on under the basket. That would be Hurst, his 4th. Team 7th. Here on out, Trojans will be in the bonus. 56-47, 57-47 as the Trojans go back up by 10.
6 out of 7 from the free throw line here in the second half.
Here's Hickman giving it off now to Garza. Baseline shot's good. Garza has 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Here comes Stevens racing down the right side. Holds up now. On the dribble, dribbles across, out to midcourt, goes left side with it. Now reverses back right. He's in a trap, in trouble. And got a foul. And it's on 22. That is Johns, and that's his fourth. Team's eighth. Parker Stevens will go to the line for the Trojans at 3:09 to play, and the Trojans up 57-49. Stevens, an 85% free throw shooter. This is 1+1 right here for Parker. Shot goes up good. 7th point of the game for the 5'11 senior. 58-49 Trojans. Stevens for the bonus shot. It's in the air. Got it. 3:09 to play. 59-49. Back to 10. Garza with it on the left side. Cross-court pass over the head of Spear and out of bounds. And the turnover gives it right back to Barron.
We went to that zone. We went back to the zone, and they tried a cross-court pass and sailed it into the second row.
Coomer gets the ball in play to Stevens. Stevens races down, weaves through traffic, whistle, and a foul again. This one will be, if it's on Johns, I've got him for 5. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. We'll see it.
22.
Well, apparently.
Yep,
it is 5. It is 5. Okay.
When they're pressuring us this hard, we're doing a very, very good job of making them pay for it. You know, a lot of times you'll see teams get passive when they bring this much pressure, but we're attacking, getting layups, getting fouls, so doing a good job of making them pay for the pressure.
Parker Stevens goes back to the free throw line. That was the 9th team foul against the Highlanders. And here's his shot. It's up. It's no good. Too strong. Hickman with a rebound. 10-point lead. 2:55 to go. Trojans need to hang on here. That was almost a travel. Stolen by Key. Here's Landon Key. Feeds it off to Coomer. Lost the handle. And it's taken by Hickman. Turnover by Barron. Right side. And there's a walk. They try to split 2 defenders, but we're going to have a foul here on the Trojans. That's only going to be the 4th foul, though.
Yeah, we can be very aggressive. Only 4 fouls. You know, you just really get after them here this last 2.5 minutes with only 4 fouls.
Right. Hardeman picks up his second. 2:37 to play. Gatlinburg with a basketball. Garza fires in the corner to Hickman. He'll feed it down low, trying to get around. Oh, he hooked. Coomer missed the shot. Jared gets the rebound, and he'll bring it up. Coomer in front court with it now. Hands it behind him to Stevens with 2:22 to play. Stevens gives it back to Coomer. Run a little clock right here.
Yeah, I was going to say, we sure don't have to be in a hurry here.
Stevens turns back the other way. Now reverses back out. He'll give it to Key. Now Key getting pressure. Back to Stevens with 2:06 to play. Stevens against Hickman. Left-handed pass coming out to Coomer. Coomer out between the circles, backs away. 1:58 to go. Coomer will leave it over there with Garrett Arterburn. Arterburn back out now to Coomer. Minute 52. Stevens being chased. Takes it right side. They're going to call him for a double dribble. Ball hit the floor. He's kind of lost his footing there.
Yeah. Tried to stop and just kind of slipped. Tough break there. Well, we ran, almost a minute off the clock.
Yeah. Ball rolls into Hickman. He'll give it off to Taylor. He'll send it down to Garza on the left side. Back out front it comes to Morris. He'll give it back to Garza. He'll send it back over to Hickman. Now here's Taylor. He walked. Yep, there's the signal. Minute 35. Trojans get it back, leading by 10 at 59-49. And Coach Jamal Hickman's going to bring in Carson Lane to replace Garza. The ball comes into Stevens. They're going to come chasing, double team. Back over it goes to Arterburn. Long looping diagonal pass over to Key. Now Key's in a trap. He'll give it back out to Stevens. Being chased out there. 1:24 left. And there's going to be a foul. Oh, Stevens went to the floor hard, and he may be hurt. I don't know. He gets up, though.
I think he fell on his hand. Like he's kind of fell back under him.
And that's 5 on Blaze Hurst. He'll foul out of the game with 10 points for the Highlanders. Garza will come back in at 1:22 to play.
Make free throws, and we will go back to the hotel room on Winter. I couldn't say home, but we'll go back to the hotel room on Winter.
Feel pretty good.
Yes, sir.
played much better tonight than he did last night. Here's Stevens, puts it up. It is good.
I know Coach Cunningham was disappointed last night, and I'm sure he's going to be much more pleased with just the toughness that we've showed tonight.
9 points for Parker, and the shot is good too. Puts him in double figures with 10, and it's back up to 12. 61-49. Almost a steal by Key in the backcourt. Hickman gets it across. He'll give it off on the right side. They drive in. They dump it back off to Taylor. Left wing three in the air. No good. Coomer with a rebound for the Trojans. Got a little push. Throws it off Garza and out of bounds. Or not Garza, but threw it off Morris and out of bounds. Morris was already out of bounds when Coomer threw it against him, and he thought that Coomer touched it last, but no. Comes into Stevens, 1:08 to play. Stevens in the backcourt. He'll jump it over to Arterburn. Arterburn sends it in the middle of the key. Jump pass over to Bandy on the left side. Bandy now turning, throwing it back out to Stevens with 58 seconds to go. Trojans about to get a win here in the Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament. Stevens in a trap. He'll throw it off to Arterburn, and he's going to be fouled. And it'll be on Morris, his first. That'll be the 10th foul, and 2 shots for Garrett Arterburn. A couple of threes on the night.
Big one there when we were struggling, and he jumped up and made a big shot.
Garrett Arterburn, 78% shooter, got the first.
We are 11 for 13 from the free throw line this half, 12 for 15 for the game.
Jared Coomer gets standing ovation from the Barron County Trojan faithful that made it to Gatlinburg this week.
He deserves it. Both
Parker Stevens.
Parker and Jared both
10 points for Parker tonight, 22 for Jared Coomer. Free throw is good for Garrett Arterburn. 63-49 with 46 seconds to play. Long three by Hickman is off the mark. Bandy towers for the rebound. He'll get rid of it off to Key. He'll lob it over to Withrow. Withrow traps, bounces off to Arterburn, but he had not stepped into front court. Over and back. 34 seconds to go. And we're going to get a couple of new players in for the Trojans. Getting some action here. As Harrison Davis, 6'1", 175 and a junior. Michael Harbison, 6'3", 165, a junior. As Gatlinburg has a basketball, here's a three that's way off the mark. And saved back in bounds and grabbed underneath the basket by Davis. He'll give it off to Key with 25 seconds to play. Jump pass goes over to Withrow. Withrow gets it across, gets bumped, got pushed into the bench. And the foul is going to be on Morris, his second. And 2 shots for Gavin Withrow. 19.29 seconds. Could you say 19.3 to round it off, I guess? Shot goes up. It is good for Gavin Withrow. Gets in the scorebook tonight. 5'8 freshman. 64-49. That's the largest lead. Landon Key checks out. Tay Pointer in. Free throw by Withrow. No good. Off to the right. Ball's chased down by Taylor. 15 seconds to play. Barron's going to win tonight. Shot goes up, no good for Garza. Follows his own shot, no. Back up, no. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Hickman. Long distance three, left side, good. Hickman with 11 of his 17 in the second half. 64-52, and that's going to be your final score tonight. Trojans win it over Gatlinburg-Pittman, the host school. 64-52 the final score. They'll move on to play. The Trojans will play Knoxville Halls tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. We'll have the broadcast here 1:15 tomorrow on 103.7 Nash Icon, ESPNKY.com, and BCHS Live on SCRTC channels 97, EPB 19 tomorrow afternoon. We will come back with the Coca-Cola post-game report after this break. Go with Coke and enjoy the game. Trojans win tonight 64-52 over Gatlinburg-Pittman as you're following the Smoky Mountain Classic Christmas Tournament here on 103.7 Nash Icon.
This has been a BCHS Live production. All rights to this broadcast are reserved to the BCHS Live program and the Burgundy Media Network. To rewatch this broadcast, log on to youtube.com/BCHS Live to watch this and every broadcast from BCHS Live. Keep up with what's going on at BCHS and to check in on all other media programs here at Barron County High, go to barronschools.com/BMN and find out more. That's all we have for now. This is BCHS Live, signing off.